My name is Anusha, and our today's topic is architecting the future from API first to AI first. So, if you look at the API strategy today, let me take an example of a particular telco who is looking to release a capability to track orders. Say a customer has come in, they have placed an order for a new mobile phone, and along with the mobile services, they have also placed a broadband service option. So first things from a strategy point of view is to have my business outcomes delivered through APIs. The business outcome here is consumer to be able to track their orders on their phone or on their devices. Now, for example, I placed multiple services, like I told you, I should be able to track all of them. So from a strategy point of view, I think about what the initiative needs to look like. What is the operating model? What are the typical metrics I need to measure? What kind of mandate do I give to the team and the launch date? So that's one part of my strategy that's sort of guiding the rest of the steps I bring in the commercial team to identify any opportunities towards monetization here, potentially being able to give the consumer a speed test API, giving additional information to them through SMS so that we can charge the customers for that particular service. And then in parallel, you also are going to look at the engineering your API products so that you can bring out the right information to be shared with the consumers. And you're also going to structure it appropriately so that the consumers do not find it confusing to understand. Once you have decided what you are looking for, the kind of experience you are willing to deliver through these APIs, you have to engage with the design team who work with governance, security, and developer experience to identify what is the appropriate architectural style in order to find out this kind of product. This also takes into account the life cycle of the APIs, any details in terms of how the design needs to run, what are the simple non-functional requirements that is needed to respect both the security standpoint as well as like from the performance standpoint in terms of how many calls it takes, what sort of thing that it needs to adhere to, developer experience on the other hand, and in any important part of the strategy which keeps in track of multiple API assets. With AI coming in as part of corporate strategy, let's say we need to bring AI into our engineering, it's important to respect the regulatories now. Regulatory sanction is going to be a huge thing with AI coming in. It's important to make sure that these are the chain of commands at the API asset is being built, tested, and delivered to make sure it is absolutely clear in terms of what is the audit trail of this particular asset. It is important from a regulatory standpoint that we have appropriate electronically verifiable audit trails for these assets. Coming to the next slide. On AI trends and implications for the API engineering, AI pair programming is now mainstream, and AI will democratize API building for non-technical staff, and you'll have a lot of pressure to deliver faster and cheaper. And also, like when it comes to the implication of API engineering team, API debugging and testing will become more important so that we can get the things right. And AI first talent strategy will become more prominent. And the remaining three AI trends that I would like to share are like AI now can enable autonomous integrations. Emphasis on API response becomes more context aware. And also in AI race, there are chances of ignoring security policies and NFRs. There is chance of increasing of these kind of issues. And when it comes to the implications, documentation will become more crucial. You will need to bring more context aware capabilities, and security code audits is one more thing to consider. Finally, the key takeaways are, despite the increase of commoditization of the software engineering through AI, the core design and architecture of APIs will remain a human-centric task. AI tools can assist documentation, but overall the strategic version and decision-making will still rely on human experience. Operational level agreements, the OLAs, should be updated to reflect AI's role in streaming documentation processes and enhancing collaboration. It is essential to regularly update APIs from both documentation and accessibility standpoint. Regular governance reviews should be established to evaluate new products, platforms, and services AI brings into the API ecosystem. Ultimately, the goal is to stay in forefront of innovation, adopting AI to optimize processes, reduce the complexity